Hey, what's up, nation? Now, before we get started with this video, I do have a couple announcements for you guys. Number one, I'm about 99% sure that I will be at Body Power this year with BSN, so I'll be at the BSN booth. We're just going back and forth right now, just handling all the details of the event, but about 99.9% sure that Erica and I will be there. This is our first time back to Body Power in about 2 years, so we're really excited because we had a blast the last time we were there, and then we also got to stay and explore the United Kingdom quite a bit and travel around, so it was a really fun trip for us. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to schedule like a meet and greet outside of the Body Power. It depends on how long we're gonna be there, but obviously I will be at the booth, so make sure you guys come by so we can hang out and chat about your gains this weekend. So I was gonna make this video this weekend, but I was just way too tired to do it. I probably would have had like huge bags under my eyes. I actually had a trip to New York City to meet with my publicist to go over some opportunities that we're kind of feeling out for this year. And so I was up till like 3 in the morning on Thursday night, and then we had to leave the house by like 5:30 at the latest in the morning. And I just said, screw it, and stayed awake. And I was awake for like 36 hours. And you gotta tell you what, guys, when I'm like overtired, I'm just like a super happy guy. And I got like a lot of really cool things out of it. Like we got to the hotel super early in the morning. I met the front door guys who were super nice to me. They like hooked me up with parking my car. And then I ended up like finding a Chipotle later, and they gave me extra chicken because I was on a mission to find a Chipotle, and I wasn't going to look at my phone. And so I walked in, and I walked over to the front, and I was like, I found you guys. And they're like, oh, that's great. And then I asked for extra chicken, and the lady's like, well, I'm going to give you your extra chicken for free as a prize for finding us. And then, to make things even better, I was meeting up with one of my fellow YouTubers who I'll be introducing to you guys in another video. His name is Reggie. And we were going to meet up in the city to do a workout. And I was a little worried because it's been a while since I've been to New York City, and I don't really have all the connections that I used to have, when I lived there, because people obviously move on and do other things and different jobs. And we ended up going to this Equinox on 50th Street. I'll write the date below. I believe it was like 10 East 50th Street. And everyone there was so nice to us. Like, if any of you guys ever been to an Equinox, like, it's very rare that you'll get in for free, And the guy let us in, he took care of us, and he gave us his number, and he let us film in the gym. It was a friggin' amazing time. Best gym. If you guys live in New York City or you're visiting, his name is Kevin. Go to him, ask for Kevin, and say, Scott Herman Fitness sent me here, and he will take care of you. It was the best, most like a friggin' amazing gym. You guys are going to see the footage because I filmed a workout with my boy Reggie, and it was a lot of fun. So now getting to this video. And so I think I need to knock a few things out of the way before we get into these comments, which are quite hilarious. So first things first, I see a lot, like the majority of the comments were good, I would say, after reading through them. There were quite a bit of really stupid negative comments from ignorant people, but at the end of the day, the like to dislike ratio really shows that the majority of you guys are smart enough to understand what the visual signs of a steroid user is compared to someone who is natural, and thank you for that, and we'll get to that in the comment section. But, people, whenever you defend yourself, people automatically assume you're guilty, and it just friggin' makes me laugh so much. And I've had, like, over the last couple months, I've had a couple people make videos about me, comparing photos of me, like, now to like, they'll find random photos on the internet, and they'll be like, look how big he is here, and look how big he is now. And I'm looking like, okay, so you compare a modeling photo from about 9 years ago to a photo now, and then you write, like, steroids on it. It's, like, hilarious to me. And so I always defend myself, and I usually lash out at them, like, thanks for the compliment, but you're a piece of shit. And I say actually more colorful things than that, we'll say. And I do defend myself, and people are like, well, you should take it as a compliment, and you shouldn't defend yourself. But I don't think you guys really understand the core reason as to why I take it personal, and I do defend myself. Number one, if you don't defend yourself, why should anybody else defend you? You know what I mean? Like, we live in a day and age where you get more attention being a whiny little bitch than you do being a man who has honor and pride, in the things that he does in his life. And so when I see comments that, try to knock me down or claim that I'm not natural, what you're really doing is you're discrediting all of the hard work that I've done to look the way I look since I've been training since I was 12. And I'm not saying that I'm the biggest, most in shape, most ripped guy out there, but I've done a really good job at building a physique that I'm proud of. And for you to say that I'm taking steroids or other drugs, you're basically just discrediting, I'm 33 now, so a lot of years of hard work, down the toilet because, he just, attributes all that to taking steroids. And that bothers me. And on a deeper note, what bothers me about it is when my father dropped me off my first day to work at a gym, Gold's Gym in Methuen, he said, you can take protein, you can take creatine, but do not take steroids. And he made me promise him that I wouldn't take them. And that promise to my father means a lot more to me than being a lying pussy on YouTube and telling you guys I'm natty when I'm in fact taking something. So if I was ever going to do any type of drug, I would let you guys know. Because my problem isn't with the drug abuse, okay? It's a part of the industry, like it really is. I have lots of friends that use steroids. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. What pisses me off when you got people, and I'll throw a name out there because this has been just all over the internet, you take someone like Simone Panda, who's as big as basically Arnold Schwarzenegger, and if you don't know who he is, you shouldn't be watching this video. When you got guys like him claiming to be natural and then trying to put themselves in the category of me and a lot of you guys who are natural, and you know how much harder you have to work in order to build the amount of muscle and have the results you have, you should get pissed off. It's like, dude, just admit it and go to your side of the room and stay over there with those people claiming, trying to claim fake natty. It's just, it gets really frustrating because, if I'm here trying to teach you guys how to attain a certain physical appearance, and you start to think that I'm taking steroids to get to where I'm at, well, then it just kind of makes all the information I'm trying to share with you guys bullshit, in my opinion. And like I said, I don't have any sort of affiliations or ties to anyone. I run my own business. I have my own website, my own YouTube channel. I have plenty of income coming in that if I were to eventually do something like that, I would just tell you guys. I would gain more respect being open and honest about what I do than I would lying about it. Take Rich Piana, for example. The guy says probably the most idiotic shit on YouTube, but I do have respect for him because he's at least honest with what he's taking and what he's doing. I don't think his information is going to work for 99% of you. No, 95% of you. It's only going to work for 5% of you guys. But, at least he's open and honest with what's happening. And, if you're being attacked in any sort of position in your life, it's only natural to want to defend yourself. For example, on a couple of these videos that I defended myself on that I saw online, a couple Instagram posts, their immediate reaction to me defending myself is, oh, well, you're definitely on steroids because you wouldn't care to defend yourself. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to let all you guys talk shit about me and not care. I'm not that kind of guy. I didn't grow up idolizing Superman or Captain America to let people just talk shit, whether it's about me or someone I care about or an innocent bystander. I grew up idolizing superheroes because I idolized their morals and values. So of course I'm going to defend myself. And if you don't defend yourself, why should anybody else defend you, And on top of that, let's create a different scenario. So let's say someone made a video about me, saying I'm on steroids and whatever. So what if I found that person and I went to their hometown and I just decided to start this wonderful rumor that you like to rape 8-year-old boys in your basement. And I tell everyone in your town, all your friends and family, and I make such a convincing statement that everyone starts to think that you in fact rape 8-year-old boys in your basement. And what are you going to do? Are you just going to sit there and say nothing because you're not guilty? No, you're going to defend yourself. And you might say, well, that's kind of a weird analogy. It's not, okay? Whenever somebody is saying something that's not true about you, if you don't stick up for yourself, nobody's going to stick up for you. And that's just the way it is. And you know what? For this many people to get upset about the gains that I've made over the last 2 months, Just goes to show you how great of a trainer I am. It's not anything different than what I've been teaching you guys all these years. If you want to get bigger and you want to grow, you have to change your technique, so switch things up and eat more calories, all right? I have been trying to maintain leaner gains pretty much my whole life, and then when I caught wind that I was doing my BSN photo shoot in Ireland this month, for those of you guys who keep up with me on Facebook and Instagram, or saw the Ireland post that I was doing this, I posted the vlog like a week ago. I made a challenge to myself to get as big and as shredded as I can for this Ireland shoot. So what did I do? I boosted my calories, and then I decided to change my training technique to lifting much heavier weight and continuing to do volume. And that's when I created my Cheat and Recover reps. If you guys haven't seen those videos, you can type in Scott Herman Cheat and Recover, and I'm starting to post more of my workout vlogs that I have been doing. And that's basically how I did it. And the funniest thing about this is you guys, like the people who are saying, calling out steroids, it's like, dude, I gained like 4 or 5 pounds over 2 months. Like, it's obviously, first of all, it's not all muscle, you know, it's going to be some body fat. My body fat's a bit higher than it normally is, which is fine. And I'm obviously eating more, drinking more water, so my muscles are filling up. I got more water in my system too. Like, if you know anything about lifting and you watch my videos and you pay attention, then you would know why all these things are happening. And to put on 5 pounds in 2 months after increasing calories, increasing water, and working out harder, it's like, give me a break. And on top of that, my body fat started to go up a bit. If I was taking things like Tren or Clan or steroids or whatever you guys think I was taking, I would be getting much bigger, I'd be a lot more shredded, and you would start to see a lot more effects in terms of like my shoulders squaring out more, my waist really getting a lot thinner. And that's just not the case. Like, the signs just aren't there. And some people were saying, well, how can you gain, you know, muscle? How can you increase your weight this much and increase your body fat but still have abs? Like, I will always have better abs than probably 80 to 90% of you guys when I have more body fat, because my entire life I've always trained my abs with super heavy weight. I actually made a video. You guys have probably seen it. It has like almost 3 million views, I think. I'll link to it down in the info section below. And it's how to get blocky abs. A lot of people, they don't train their abs hard enough, and they don't train their abs all year long. Now, if you want to get big biceps or a big chest, or you want to grow any muscle on your body, you have to attack it with a lot of weight. As you guys know, some of my favorite ab exercises are things that require lifting an excessive amount of weight, my favorite one being ab pull downs. I'll literally go to the cable machine and I'll put the whole stack on, and then I'll pin a 45-pound plate, and I'll do that for reps. And what I have done over the years is I've built actual blocky abs. My abs don't stick out because my body fat's low. My abs stick out because I've actually built the muscle, and that's why they stick out. It's really not that hard to understand. And like I said, I'll link to that video down in the info section below. But let's take a look at some of these comments right here. I have my computer wants to restart. I'm not gonna let it. I have a really cool new laptop. It's called a Lenovo Yoga, so it lets me like flip it around and I can read off here. So there was a lot of fun comments. We'll start off with the bad ones. So first comment from Jerome Kano. Nope, he's on steroids. Everyone is. Wake up. I would love to see your reasons as to why I am. Too funny. Full moon, you squared. There's no doubt he did use steroids this time. This guy must be an absolute genius to know that just from looking at me in a video. Zerat. He looked way smaller a few months ago. You don't make suddenly lot of gains after so many years of training. Vitamin T on a daily. Now this one is actually very interesting because I have vitamin T. He's obviously talking about Trenbolone. I made a video about Trenbolone, and if you guys watched that video, you would clearly understand that that's not something that I am taking, and I definitely would never want to take it based on, you know, the risks that come with it. And it's just funny because I feel like a lot of these guys aren't watching these videos that I have been making on these different types of drugs, you know, because then you wouldn't be making these weird accusations. And like I said too, smaller a few months ago, oh my gosh, 4 to 5 pounds in muscle and water weight. Anyways, Frank Heck, smells like Winstrol, trap gains. They mock people who claim spot reduce, yet he's claiming spot gains. Keep drinking the Kool-Aid. So this guy's super ignorant too. So first of all, let's take a look at my traps. They've grown a little bit, like maybe a few centimeters, but it's not like they went from here to here. And a lot of you guys probably watching this video are going to look at other videos and be like, there's not really that much of a difference, maybe a little bit. And I attribute that to me starting to finally, like I've never trained my traps super heavy. So of course they're going to respond right away. Like a lot of you guys, when you first start lifting, all right, you see like sudden gains. Now granted, I've been lifting for a long time, but I have never, ever, ever focused on training my traps with super heavy weight. And as a result of doing that, they've responded and they're starting to get a bit of growth and they're starting to actually even out. You guys have always noticed my traps have always been a lagging body part. Now that I'm actually targeting them, we're starting to see some growth. Uh-oh. My computer stopped. Hold on, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's do the next one. Oh, this one's my favorite. This is from Splattenburgers. And thus, the last natty on YouTube has fallen victim to the steroid demon. Look, mate, well, many of us aren't retards. You don't just suddenly get bigger after having had a similar body for years. Laugh my ass off at the retards who believe him. Oh, and Omar is fake also. Check out his recent body versus the old transformation photo he posted years ago. Yeah, rest in peace, natural bodybuilding. So apparently the retard he's talking about is himself because, like I said, like, have you guys actually seen people who have taken steroids and the transformations their body has? And for him to say Omar is fake natty too is just completely ridiculous, you know? I've never done any videos with Omar, but obviously I know who he is and I've seen his videos. And he looks like a normal dude when he's in a regular t-shirt or he's wearing regular clothes. Like in his videos where he just sits and talks, he looks like a normal person. He doesn't have an excessive pump. He doesn't have veins sticking out everywhere. His skin hasn't started to thin out. And for him to say Omar is not natty, like, just shows you how dumb this guy's comment is or how smart he is when it comes to what these drugs actually do. Here's one. Pete Angelo, Scott, really? You jumped on a cycle and you're gonna make a BS video of how you got gains recently. Don't get me wrong, I love roids, but come the fuck on, man. Really? Sorry, Pete Angelo, I didn't realize, 4 to 5 pounds in 2 months was this, like, astronomical thing that can't happen, changing your workout technique and boosting your calories and gaining bits of more body fat. Like, I found the secret, guys. Let's move on to the next one. If you can't beat them, join them. I don't think that's really, like, I don't think it's more of like a bad compliment. It's more of like a fun compliment to me, But whatever. If I can join them being natty, that's pretty friggin' amazing. That's like natty goals, That's awesome. It's called steroids, Scott. Stop the BS. Menu Taran. And you know what's funny about a lot of these negative comments is I can totally tell that they did not actually watch the video whatsoever. They probably watched the beginning, read all the other comments, and then decided to leave their own comment, because a lot of these people are just fishing for likes. They get a kick out of going back to the video, seeing how many likes their comments get. Shreddable Guitar. This is sad. I have been following you for many years, and now the mighty has fallen. You can't suddenly make these sorts of gains after lifting for as many years as you have. Now, comments like this, they piss me off, but for a different reason, okay? I'm not irritated that he's saying that I'm fake, I'm being a fake natty now. What irritates me is that when you claim to have been following me for years, which means you're keeping up with my YouTube, you're keeping up with my Instagram, you're keeping up with my Facebook. I've been posting progression photos on my Instagram and Facebook throughout the entire time I was training, getting ready for my shoot in Ireland. I've been making videos on all sorts of topics, explaining, what the effects of these other drugs are, and you still come here acting like you've been watching every single one of my videos, because if you had, and you really had been paying attention, you wouldn't have said that. And this one, steroids. Nice, NIMW. Right to the point. I like it. Short and concise. And that's the last one. So now what we're going to do is go to the good comments. And what I really like about the good comments is you can tell how smart these people are. So, first one, well, Scott, you're finally to the point to where you look so good that people are going to accuse you constantly of using steroids. And that's exactly what I'm saying, guys. The majority of you guys, you're not dumb. You know what's happening. You understand what the effects of roids are, and you understand that me gaining 4 to 5 pounds in 2 months isn't that big of a deal. And I applaud you, Nope. That's kind of a weird name. And all the people who thumbs up that comment. W. Smith 4 says, finally looks good. I'd kill to look the way he did 5 years ago. But yeah, I'm sure people will accuse him of that now. It's a shame because here's a man who's devoted his life to improving himself and helping others, but he gets a lot of shit. It's just jealousy. And you know what, W. Smith? Thank you for that, because that's probably one of the biggest things that bothers me is, I'm the only YouTuber, and I am going to say that I'm the only YouTuber who takes the time to actually respond to you guys in the comment section, respond to you on Facebook, respond to you on Instagram, and also respond to all the comments on my website. And I don't do it because I'm obligated. I'm definitely not paid to do it. Other YouTubers don't do it because they don't give a shit. I actually care about you guys, and nothing breaks my heart more than when I read comments from someone asking for help and they're just not getting it. And it can be like the simplest question and people don't get responses. And that bothers me because I can change someone's life with a 2-second response with the knowledge I have. And that's why I think that my channel has grown and continues to grow. So thank you very much, W. Smith. Joe Campbell. This dude did a video expanding upon the delirious what did he say? I have to hold this thing close to my face. Deleterious effects of steroids less than a year ago. I highly doubt someone with his intellect would be taking steroids with the potential risks involved. And you're 100% Joe Campbell. And you know what the best thing about that video was? I think it was called 7 Reasons Why You Shouldn't Take Steroids, or 7 Risks. I'll post a link down in the info section below. If you guys read the comments on that video, there are so many people who had written comments saying, oh my god, everyone made it seem like there's absolutely no risks involved, and after watching this video, I will never do them. I'm just wondering how many lives have I saved from kids who are going to not only take them, because it's not just taking them that can be the high risk, it's taking them and doing it wrong as well. Now granted guys, obviously there are people who don't have all the side effects, and there are some people who get all the side effects. It's a game of Russian roulette as to what's going to happen to you. And like I said too, I have no problem with, I have friends that use them and have seen amazing results, and in these videos, I'm very unbiased. I just deliver the facts. And if you've seen that video and you read the comments below, I'm just happy to make sure I inform you guys as much as possible before you make a life-changing decision, because there's no going back, Once you use them, whatever side effects happen, that's your life for the rest of your life. So that makes me really happy. Alex Rodriguez. Don't hate by saying he's using steroids. He's not. So instead of being jealous, why don't you try to work out and maybe you'll be half of what he is. Maybe. Thanks, Alex. Adam Robertson. Haha, this is hilarious reading comments of scrawny little kids accusing him of taking steroids because they can't put muscle on themselves. Scott isn't even big. Thanks, Adam. He's in amazing shape and is visible muscle with low body fat. And that he wasn't insulting me, but yeah, compare me to steroid users. I'm not that big. I am above average, definitely, but definitely not on that level. Scott's confidence must be through the roof because of all the haters claiming he's on steroids because he's bigger and stronger than them. Definitely right, Eric Bentley. Eric Casey. Actually, this is a really good comment. I'm someone who has years of experience with steroids, and I have to say, I don't doubt for a second that he's still natural. I know what steroids do to mine and other people's bodies. He's just too weak in a muscular sense in certain areas like his back, delts, etc. If that's what he looked like taking tests, he should get his money back. Obviously, this is a compliment towards him because how he looks is most definitely good for someone who's never taken anything. And I definitely saw I actually responded to you, Eric. I definitely took that as a compliment. And that's one of the things that I was saying too. Like, you notice right away a difference throughout the upper body. The shoulders start to round over more. Like, there's clear signs. And in my opinion too, if you're going to do it, why wouldn't you just go all in and do it? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, moving on. Suit Monkey B. It's pretty amazing what upping the calories and lifting heavy can do to your physique and strength when you're stuck in a routine. No idea why people are saying steroids. Have any of you guys seen Vegan Gains recently? He started lifting heavy and eating more calories after being stuck in a routine, and now he's exploding. Correct me if I'm wrong, but why would you need steroids to look like this? And here we go. Andrew Wilson. I feel bad for you, Scott. You put a lot of hard work into what you do, and people are quick to discredit you without giving much thought to their stubborn and borderline blind accusations. It's funny what being a little tanner and being in a different light can do for you aesthetically. Not to mention you put on a bit of size, of course. Ignore the haters and keep doing your thing, man. You're a good role model, and those who discredit your hard work are the ones who will always blame something else for what they simply don't have the dedication and drive to achieve. That was a pretty straightforward and accurate thing to say, Andrew. And here we go. We got Snatchosaurus Rex. That's an awesome name. It's funny how lazy people who can put in the effort in the gym who can't put the effort in the gym blame others who look good for taking steroids. Hashtag YouTube. Granted, some people on YouTube obviously lie about not taking steroids, but I would say Scott's physique is easily attainable considering this is what he has been doing most of his life. And then last comment here is from Frank Rambo. Damn, the hate is pathetic. Really, have y'all lifted in your life? Seriously, he doesn't even look like he's on something. People need to do more research on steroids. Seriously, like 90% of YouTube claims gear without even knowing how they work. And that's a good comment to end this with, because what I'm going to do for you guys is when I end this video, I want you to go down to the info section below, and I'm going to relist all the links on everything I've covered so far. So I've done the 7 reasons why, you shouldn't take steroids. I think that's the name of it. I have to look it up again, but you'll see it. I've done video on Trenbolone. I've done a video on clenbuterol, and then I also did a video on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, as well. And some of you guys actually did leave comments talking about TRT. Like, you guys were saying, well, he is in his 30s, so maybe he does need TRT, and that's why he's seeing gains. For those of you who said that, number one, if I actually did need TRT, I would be open and honest with you guys about it, because like I said, being open and honest about these things will gain me more respect in the eyes of my viewers, and I'd be able to help a lot more of you who actually do need to use TRT to boost testosterone levels. Now, I want you guys to watch that video, but to make a long story short, okay, when you do TRT, it means your testosterone levels are low, all right? Average testosterone for males is between 270 nanograms per deciliter to 1,070 nanograms per deciliter. That's the window. Now, even when taking TRT to raise your testosterone levels, you're only going to average for males who are on TRT are only going to get as high as like 500 to 600 nanograms per deciliter. So you're still within that middle of the window of what's average, okay? When you take steroids, okay, when you take testosterone, you're as high as like 4,000 to 5,000 nanograms per deciliter. So it just goes to show you how ignorant, how uneducated people are when they hear these different terms and these different things that you can do. And you're going to say that I made all these crazy gains doing TRT and doing these testosterone injections, when there's a big difference between TRT helping males with low testosterone get between 500 to 600 on average, and then taking anabolic steroids and getting to 4,000 to 5,000. Like, there's quite a big difference between these two. Like my dance? So anyways, I'm going to link to you guys to all those videos down in the comment section below. And at the end of the day, I am taking it as a compliment. I am really happy with my results lately. I've found that I've brought to life like my own excitement in the gym since I've changed my technique. I'm training harder, I'm eating more, and I've put a solid goal this year to try to get to like 185, 190 pounds solid. Being 5'10", I feel like between 185 to 190 is going to be closer to my natural limit than sitting around 175. And I'd like to see what I look like, you know, being that size. And I'll continue to vlog my workouts and share my experiences with you and keep this channel about no bullshit. And like I said in the beginning, if I ever decided to do those things, I wouldn't be a coward and I would just let you guys know. Because at the end of the day, honesty is the best policy, and I don't want to do anything to make you guys distrust me. And I don't mind, you know, making a video like this, responding to these comments, because if anything, it just allows me to let you guys know more about me and how I see things and why I do the things I do. You guys will notice in all the comment sections of all my videos, I basically start at the top, and every time I go to the video, I change the category to newest comments first, and I go from the top, and I just go right down commenting to everybody. Doesn't mean if it's positive or negative. And for the most part, there's barely any negative comments on my videos because I literally stomp on those trolls as soon as they leave a comment, and I usually get the better of them. In fact, a lot of you guys always thumbs up my comments when I leave smart-ass remarks, and I do it because at the end of the day, whether you're telling me I'm a piece of shit to my face or coming to my house on my YouTube channel and saying it, it's the same thing, and I don't tolerate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the comment. Show the love, click that thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video upload. And as always, guys, more good stuff coming soon. See ya. Go.